right, welcome to Growth Gets It podcast. This is a really extra special podcast because we have the co-founders of Soberfest and the organizers of Soberfest. So I start my podcast like I start my depositions, and that's just simply, can you say your name and spell your name for the record? So let's go right to left. I'm going to put Jon on the mic here first.
Sure.
Let's go right to left. Here we go.
All right, Jon, just John.
Hi, I'm Jason, Jason.
Byron, Byron.
And what's your relationship to Soberfest? So let me just say we're very excited about Soberfest. It's August 2nd at Pere Marquette Park. We just did a commercial just recently. We're very excited to be one of the sponsors of this event. But let's talk about what this actually means. So it's Milwaukee's biggest sober festival, right? Let's see kind of where it came from and talk about the origin story and how you guys got involved in this. You want to start with Byron?
Yes.
Is that best? Yes.
Sure.
Default and say Byron. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, well, the Soberfest is the brainchild of the Phoenix organization, which is a nonprofit organization that brings people together in sobriety for activities, free activities all over the city, really all over the country. We're a national nonprofit, and music is a good way to bring people together. Milwaukee being the city of festivals, we have, expanded into music events like karaoke and now Soberfest, which started in 2021.
Okay. So right in the middle of COVID.
Yes.
Man, okay.
Yes.
So how was that first Soberfest? It was outdoors. It had to be outdoors.
Yes.
Yes. It was 2021. My friend Jon here, we're playing basketball, probably at a Phoenix event, a free basketball event that we did out in Oak Creek. And we're supposed to be wearing masks inside the gym, but we're not wearing masks.
You can say it now because the statute of limitations.
Exactly. Because I wouldn't have said that 2 years ago. So we're playing, and in between games, we're sweating, we're talking, and I hadn't seen Jon in a while. I didn't know exactly what business he was in, and he was like, Byron, I curate concerts. I curate music events. The Phoenix should have a music event. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, wow, we had been talking about doing something like that. And I was like, and I said, he said, yeah, no, seriously. And he showed me a video of an event he did with Bubbler Bikes.
Sure,
right here in Milwaukee. And when he showed me that video, I was like, wow, we could do something like this. And that's how Soberfest was born, because the video that he did for Bubbler Bikes, I was like, wow, it really, brought people together. It was virtual, so it was perfect for the time being COVID. Yeah. And then, we planned ours maybe, some time later when COVID was kind of, we were starting to get back outside. Yeah. And we picked a small park on Locust on the east side of Milwaukee and River West. Mm-hmm. There's a little small park over there, and I love the park. And it's just small enough where we could put 50 to 60 people in there and make it look like it's a Summerfest or something.
With the right angles.
Yeah, with the right angles. With the right angles.
Good photographer, you can make it look awesome. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And so we had the first one in maybe August of 2021, and filled that park up, 80 to 100 people, and it looked packed, and it was just a great event. And we always wanted to. Jon had told me that about Pere Marquette Park during that experience, and we were like, "Well, we're not ready for that yet." I mean, we just got to Milwaukee, even though we're a national organization. We just got to Milwaukee in 2020. I was hired to bring it here, and myself being in long-term recovery, I promised the Phoenix that I could start a chapter here. Yeah. And, through all my friends in recovery, I've been in recovery. So, and all of us love sports and all of us love music. And so I convinced them to hire me to do something that I already love to do, and that's be active in recovery. And so, 2021, 2022, I think we moved to Pere Marquette Park, and we've been there ever since. And of course, the 5th installment, we're really proud that we've been supported by organizations like Growth Law to bring the 5th one to Pere Marquette Park Saturday, August 2nd.
Awesome. And well, hopefully next year it's at Summerfest. Right? Or at someplace bigger.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
Go to grow.
So that's kind of the origin story. So when did the Phoenix organization start? Because that's a national organization. Are you all, or have you all gone to other Phoenix organizations in Chicago or Arizona or California or something?
I'll let Jason.
Yeah, I'd be happy to answer that. So 2005, the Phoenix was founded in Boston, I believe, and quickly moved to Denver. Denver is headquarters for us. Scott Strode is the founder and has a book out. He did a TED Talk, so good stuff if you search for him. But, they started with like some kind of more adventurous type of events. They were like ice climbing and hiking mountains and like really getting that adrenaline rush stuff.
We could do ice climbing. We couldn't really hike mountains or walk. We could do like ice walking across like Michigan maybe, but that's about it.
Yeah. Eventually, we grew and we found out that a Phoenix event can be almost anything, and so in Milwaukee here we do hiking and biking and climbing and yoga and CrossFit, but as well as like karaoke and going to the museum and going to the symphony. So a Phoenix event can be just about anything. So like Byron mentioned, in 2020, we opened the chapter in Milwaukee, and the Phoenix national nonprofit is in every state now. So we have volunteers and events in every state.
Cool. So how many more are there in Wisconsin? Are you the only one in the state of Wisconsin?
We are.
Yes.
Oh, you are? Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This Jason and I are.
We represent Wisconsin.
We represent Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we don't even have a brick and mortar building. We partner with gyms that are already open, say Adventure Rock or
was your last night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So those are great partners of ours, and they love the idea of the Phoenix. And my job is really to go to them and tell them about our program, and can we possibly at a discount or get free time at Adventure Rock, and they graciously give us that time, and then I turn it over to Jason to get the volunteers to run to support the climbers or whatever we're doing, and then we put it on our app. And we put it on our Facebook page, and we advertise about it through there. And people follow our, people in recovery follow our pages. Yeah. And they find out we show pictures of us climbing rocks and playing volleyball at the beach or playing basketball. How can we do that? Yeah. Boom. And we give them the link. And, so we got new people coming in every day. And then there's always somebody, when they come to an event, they say, well, we should do snowshoeing or we should do another event. And so that's how we recruit our volunteers. We say, you're going to do that. You're going to.
Good idea. You're in charge.
Absolutely. And so we've grown in volunteers and programs. We have something going every single day of the week.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So how many volunteers do you guys have?
Active volunteers in Milwaukee area, 40 plus. And then there's kind of, folks who come in seasonally to do their thing or play volleyball or organize. And so that's upwards almost 100 volunteers in Wisconsin total. Yeah.
So if we can get the word out to anybody, really, if it's businesses that can help support, either financially or just space, and then people to help organize or
absolutely, yeah.
Whatever they're going to do, maybe next week or on August 2nd for Soberfest, if they could help. Is there like a organizing committee where you have volunteers that are helping out throughout the day? Those kind of things that you need?
Available on our app, which is called New Form. You can sign up to volunteer. And we're always looking for volunteers. So it's an easy way if you have free time to get involved, to support a community, to have fun. Everything we do is free. Yeah. All those events that we across the country, Soberfest, Everything you do is free to our members.
Yeah, you drive right now to Chicago or you drive to Los Angeles, and the app is going to tell you you're in Los Angeles and what's in Los Angeles free with the Phoenix. And you just show up at whatever gym or whatever, if they're going to the theater or whatever you see, if they're at the beach doing yoga, you show up at 7 o'clock, say, I'm with the Phoenix, and you're in.
Yeah, awesome. And there's no pressure, right? I mean, we have this drinking culture in Milwaukee that wherever you go, you have to have a drink in your hand in theory, right? But going to any of these events, you don't have any pressure because you have people who are going to be there and support you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the person that's next to you, you could be, your first week, your first day, and you're nervous about, now you're in there and you're climbing next to somebody that's got 5 years.
Yeah.
You have a little conversation and they're helping you along. And so that's just a way to build community. And
Yeah.
we do it all over the country.
Awesome. All right. So, I have a script here and I have all my things to talk about, and we've talked about a bunch of them. So I am now officially off script. So good job me that I, again, have messed up in my organization, which is fun though. All right. So one of the things that we do with a lot is, we just had a couple just this week where it's victims of drunk driving, driving under the influence, right? So that's something that certainly why we're involved to a large degree is we see a lot of people who are injured because of other people who made a bad decision, made a bad choice, who have suffered some problem, and because of that, they're driving while they're under the influence. So that's really why we wanted to get involved with this. Do you work with other organizations, like any support organizations like that could help victims of drunk driving and driving under the influence? Is that something? Will those organizations be available at Soberfest, like Mothers Against Drunk Driving or organizations like that?
I would say like Legal Aid. We've had them there. Veteran organizations, and certainly like every recovery organization, every sober house, every treatment center, women's treatment center, all of those people those are the experts.
Yeah.
Everybody they'll all be there at Soberfest. They'll be in booths with, literature and everybody that's in all of us in that world.
Yeah.
Encounter people. There are people who are, volunteers and team members who come to our events that have cases. They decided to stop because now they have,
Sure,
and we're one of their first options. Should I go to AA? Should I go to the Phoenix? And it's interesting because we've always thought of ourselves as going alongside your treatment center and now people reach out to us first, sometimes, and they say, hey, look, I lost my license. We have, one of our members is coming to our events every week and she's biking, due to she can't drive her car and stuff. So Soberfest, I'll be honest with you, it is the place where, if you have a situation like that, we can definitely direct you. If we can't, somebody at that booth, we all have clients who are involved unfortunately in that situation.
How many different booths do you guys have at this event?
25.
So 25 different...
About 25 resources will be there, yeah.
So 25 different ways that people can get help.
Yes.
Right.
I'm assuming it's just a vast array of potential right there. Yeah. That somebody can go and if this is the wrong organization for them, it can be somebody else. Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome.
Even, mental health, I think, if you're having something that you want to talk to somebody, there'll be somebody right there. And I think that's very important, in our city to talk about mental health and be, to be able to, have those resources is amazing at a concert, at a music venue where you're going to be eating food and, enjoying yourself. Hey, if you need to talk to somebody, we can direct you to somebody right now, right away, right today.
Just makes it just easy, right?
Yeah.
There's like barriers to entry, I guess, or barriers to recovery. You lower those barriers, and then people can hopefully get the help that they need. Interesting.
Yeah, that's super true.
Yeah.
This morning I got a logo from Wellbrook, and I had no idea that someone in the committee was like working with them for some reason. But I just submitted the information to one of my friends. Remember I was telling you,
Yeah.
I had a friend that was going through some things and referred him to Wellbrook, and he went to the detox, he went to Wellbrook, and now he's like working with them. But I wouldn't have known how to navigate that if I didn't ask Byron, who knows how to navigate. So I totally came to him for that information, and he gave it to me. He was like, here, this is what he needs to do. Kind of gave me some little pointers for his family. So yeah, those resources are always important.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. And with just Jason and I being the only people on the ground here in Wisconsin, it was important for us to partner with all these organizations and, put them on our committee and, have them, because that also brings all their people, all their clients are going to be at Soberfest. And,
Sure.
And so now, it's we have help with that. And it grows the event every year because, now people want to be on the committee or bring tables and stuff like that.
So the event is Saturday. It's Saturday, August 2nd at Pere Marquette Park. And what are the hours? 4 till 9? Is that right?
9.
Yes.
So tell me, I don't know, I'm kind of looking to John. I don't know what's the actual event like? So you get there at 4 o'clock and what happens? There's 25 or more booths. There's food.
Yep, the food is served at a certain time, usually a little bit after everyone arrives. But this year, I think things will probably kick off a little earlier because we expect a larger turnout. So yeah, normally, DJ is going to be playing music as soon as you get there. There's resources. We were just talking about like the cotton candy.
People are mingling, running around, taking pictures.
Just kind of just getting in and talking and working with everyone. And then we have like a seating area. So there's like, a bunch of seats in front of the stage or whatever. I know Jason probably has that figured out more than I do because that's his area. But
and games too.
Family
games.
Yes, there's tons of family games and things. So
Cornhole
there's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot for you to do, but you have a lot of options if you want to sit and just kind of listen to the DJ or eat a snack or whatever, or you can go play some games or there's a lot of different things to do. Resources, obviously, again.
There's some kind of, the selfie kiosk or selfie stand or what's it called?
Yeah, the 360.
The 360. What is that?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we're
for sure.
Little spin around.
But then we also got amazing music.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even got to that part.
Amazing music.
So 4 o'clock, you get there, you can play games. You're eating a little bit later. DJ's playing, and then is there live music? And then when does that start, and how long does that go?
Well, the music will probably start around 4:30ish. We kind of fluctuate depending on what's happening. Sometimes things are just organically happening. We let it happen. Like if someone's talking a little longer and they're getting to a good story.
Because we'll have speakers. We'll have our
just let it
sponsors.
go.
We'll have, Mr. Jon Groth may come out and say a few words.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
And, we're also sponsored by Beta Foundation, Beta Philanthropies, and they'll probably have a representative say a couple of words and, maybe inspirational. We'll pick somebody to give a little, maybe from the news station will say something.
Abigail's going to do a testimonial as well.
Yeah.
She's one of our performers, Abigail Justice.
Yeah, some of the artists, are people in recovery as well. And they might be Phoenix members or Phoenix volunteers, and they might tell a little bit of story about how they connected, what the Phoenix has done for them.
Yeah.
All in their allotted time for music. Because John runs a tight ship on it.
It's like the big, what's that?
The yanker thing.
The yanker thing. And pull them off stage. Yeah.
I just give the little. That means you got 1 minute.
Yeah, because
Wrap it up,
it's a county park. I wouldn't imagine that 9 o'clock the music may go off. I don't know. You sign up to.
Well, that's a good point. The cops might show up and say, "You're done." Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Getting too
was
loud.
one of our scares before because we got there last year and the power wasn't on yet, but the power doesn't come on till a certain time. Because they want people just using it all day, which makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't even have it on until a certain time. They're like, okay, now you guys can have power. Like,
Oh wow. Okay, so that's all logistics. That's you, John. You're
Oh man, yeah.
thinking. So now until then is really crunch time.
All day. It started a couple of days ago. Usually happens like that. The 10, 12 day mark before the event. It's like all these things got to start, taking place and being adjusted, especially
the artists,
time.
the food, and we actually we associate and partner with our Phoenix in Chicago, which they're like you asked about that earlier, and they actually bring a couple of busloads up from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Of the Phoenix in Chicago, and they come up and support. And so they know they're going to get a good meal and some music and some resources and maybe one of these beautiful T-shirts. And so that's even more exciting to be able to, now they want to do their own Soberfest Chicago now. And actually, Soberfest has grown across our organization, just based on John and I coming up with that idea. We've had one in LA, Phoenix, LA. We've had one, we're having one in October, Soberfest in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been growing.
Yeah,
In Detroit. I think they had one in Detroit.
Yeah.
But Milwaukee started.
We started
in
a
a basketball court in Oak Creek. Where the brains
Yes,
or where it
yes,
came.
in
Kinda
between.
Like Microsoft started in somebody's garage. This is on
That is true.
on the hardwood in Oak Creek. Okay, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. What else? So is there anything new this year? And I kind of alluded to that 360 selfie thing. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you guys are doing this year that we should know about with Soberfest?
Food is going to be catered. We have the past years. I think we had either barbecue and things like that. This year is like full Mexican food menu.
Are they food trucks or is it like a
We have a
actual
caterer.
catered? Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So that's interesting to feed 500, 600 people.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? And so, and we always want to give them, of course we started with the hot dogs and the brats. That's what you're going to get. And I think that's a good staple, you're going to get at Summerfest, Bastille. But we just try to do a little something different, make sure they kind of get a meal. They might be living in sober living, or they might be, who knows where some of our folks come, even the people in the park, we make sure everybody gets a meal, and we just want to, fill them up with a nice meal and free drinks and dessert ice cream, donated by Scratch Ice Cream.
This is the place to go.
Yeah.
Ice cream too?
Yeah. So I'm telling you, it's
take
yeah.
it.
We're giving out all kind of swag and T-shirts and bags and stuff like that. So it's a really good time.
Yeah. Awesome. So do you have it, or maybe next year we'll put kind of the thought in your brain here about have Adventure Rock bring one of their mobile.
We tried.
Did you?
We did try one.
Yeah.
And that'd be great to have.
It was something about the trees, I think.
There's too many trees. It would take up a big, too big
He needed like a
space for
large
us.
space.
Yeah, because he does take that thing around.
He was ready.
Sure.
He was definitely ready to do it. Like if we had a space where it was no trees, he would definitely bring it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sure wanted to.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's music, all the things that happen at Summerfest without the alcohol. We'll have mocktails that are, really good mocktails that are made.
That's on my list. So I wanted to get to that. So the mocktails, who's making them, and is there, how do you know which ones to make? I mean, is there a menu of mocktails? Are there just anybody comes with a booth for mocktails? Is there a certain company?
Yeah.
Okay.
We partner with Honeybee Sage,
Okay.
which is a very popular, newer, maybe a couple of years it's been in existence. It's a cafe on MLK in on the east side of Milwaukee, and they also just got a new location. They're doing so well in the 3rd Ward. So Honeybee Sage Apothecary. That's whatever that word is.
Yes.
Apothecary.
Not quite sure what it means, but it sounds important.
I don't know what it means, but it when you go in there, it's very cool. It looks like an apothecary. They have tea, and it's Angela Mallet is the owner, and she's dynamic. She, it's her brainchild, and she personally comes down and serves the mocktails with some of her staff. And so, the last, I think, 3 years we've been working with her, and, she makes sure, we'll have some soda and stuff around for her.
She's like 2 options, right?
Yeah.
Like
I think she'll have 2 options, and so we pretty much know, having been with her before. We kind of pick which ones we want. We'll bring the pollinator. We want that one. And
Pomegranate fizz is mine.
yeah. So we all know, and she knows pretty much, how to handle our group. And yeah, so it's a real treat, to have that. I don't think, you're going to go to, we've been in sobriety for years, and we never had a mocktail at any of those events that we went to.
No, a little can of Sprite. That's what you get.
One of the mini cans.
the mini.
Not the big one. You get a mini one.
Get a
That's
mini.
it, yeah.
Capri Sun.
Cool. So I think let's just mention in the past a little bit. So Summerfest, you had a whole area, right? And were there mocktails there? Is that going to be an ongoing thing every year at Summerfest, hopefully?
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. For us to be there every year. We were there all 3 weekends this year, and it was just really was a great opportunity for people to come down who are in recovery or just want to have a mocktail. So we had like mocktail hour there because we just could, it's 8 hours. We just couldn't serve mocktail free, and they were free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from I think it was 4 to 6 every Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And when the word got around at Summerfest, around 4 o'clock, people started lining up for the mocktails.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we would run out, of mocktails because, they're so good. Very refreshing. Some hot days down there, and but at this event, there'll be mocktails from 4 to 9
The whole time.
Yeah,
Awesome. So we need people to donate their time and their treasure for Soberfest, for the Phoenix in Milwaukee to make this event the best one that it can be this year. And then certainly we're coming for a bigger stage next year, wherever it's going to be. That's the goal, right?
Keep it growing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Summerfest grounds. That'd be great.
Summerfest grounds.
You bring the Adventure Rock out.
Yeah. There you could do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. I think that's about it. What is there? I guess each of you, I'll let you each kind of have a little finale here. So, what do you want anybody who stops by Soberfest next week to walk away with? I'll start with Jason.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are familiar with both the Phoenix and have been to multiple Soberfest, but people who this might be their first time coming, I just want them to. I'd love for them to feel that sense of community and the fun that you can have in sobriety. That we are open with our sobriety as well. We're not hiding in church basements. We are out loud recovering, and we want people to know that it can be done. Come in and listen to music and have fun and enjoy resources and meet people and just enjoy the show, really. Yeah.
Awesome. John, what do you think?
Man, even for myself, like the first one, when it was over, you got paid with this feeling. It's just like you got this really good, positive feeling, like make you want to just set out and, do whatever you got to tackle. So I hope people do that. And like the people that maybe, like you said, on the fence or just kind of curious about, changing their life or whatever, that they take that, that feeling and be able to act on that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that is the vibe. We create a vibe where, every time we have one, we have, a story like that, to take with us, that motivates us to keep it going, because there's always one person that was, let me go check this out. We had a guy that was on his way. He had never been into recovery. He was kind of white knuckling. He just stopped drinking on his own, and he was taking his wife to the Wisconsin State Fair on the day that he stopped by Soberfest. And then he always said, and we never left Soberfest. And so now he's a partner with us and just a good guy. And those are the stories that we love because, we don't want to get the impression that we're only for people in recovery that's, we got a year or 25 years. It's for everybody in the city to come down. It's just, there's just no no alcohol going to be served. There's going to be no weed in the air when the music is playing, and whatever you do after. I mean, it could be check it out and get some information for somebody in your family, or it may not be for you.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just come down and have a great time. The vibe is what is really sets us apart.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
This is great.
Thanks for having us.
So I guess in general, whether you're in recovery, supporting someone, or just looking for a fun and really a meaningful day out, Soberfest 5, are we calling it Soberfest 5?
We are.
Soberfest 5 is for you, August 2nd this year at Pere Marquette Park. The details are on, is it thephoenix.com?
.org.
Phoenix.org.
Yes.
And I will put the right website in our link here, thephoenix.org, and I think it's like /event. There's music, mocktails, people, the purpose. Boy, thanks everybody. Thank you, Jon, Jason, Byron. I appreciate the time, and hopefully together we'll make this the best one yet. And going forward, we'll be together for a long time, because this is something that we really want to support long term. So
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your support.
And to answer that last
Yeah.
question, you asked what's new. Working with you this year. Yes, having Growth Law on board is
Yeah.
what's bringing us to another level. So hopefully we can keep it growing and keep stacking on each year.
I hope so too. That sounds great. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Until next time, if you're injured, growth gets it. Growth gets you.